So moving on to spine stretch forward. I'll have you rock up to a seated position. So this transition is another choice to come up to sitting from lying down. Earlier, I had her do a roll up to come to her seated position. So you could either use an exercise to come from lying down to seated, same thing, from seated to lying down, or you can just have them rock up to sit. You always want to tell them how to get from one place to another in your transition. You want it to be clean and clear. That's most times where your client might get injured if they just zone out for a second and don't pay attention to how they get up and down. You also want to give them the transition so that it makes your class very clean and together and unified. Okay, so like I said, spine stretch forward. Stretch your arms out in front of you, and the feet are just off the edges of the mat. So we've got moon boxes here, and we're going to use them. If the mat is lower down to the floor, the legs can just be on the floor to the outsides of the mat. All right, so here we go. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, curl your head, neck, and shoulders forward. The shoulders, again, glide down the back. The arms are reaching forward, and then roll back up to sit tall. Inhale here. On your exhale, round forward. So the fingertips are reaching forward. The legs are reaching forward as the abdominals are pulling back. Roll back up. Inhale, exhale, round forward. So imagine you're rounding up and over a beach ball. Images are really nice to use to give your client a visual on how to perform the exercises. Again, round forward, chin towards your chest, fingertips stretch forward, flex the feet, the abdominals lift in and up, and slowly come back up to seated. Moving on to saw. The arms go out to the side, so we're in a T position with the arms here. Twist the body over to the right side and dive over. Reach the pinky finger past the pinky toe. So here in the back, you'll see her palm is flipped up towards the ceiling. Come up in your twist, twist over to the other side, and dive over here. Reach your pinky finger past your pinky toe. So this is called saw because it's kind of like you're sawing off your pinky toe. Twist to the other side, and again, dive over and reach. Both arms are stretching away from each other here. Come up in the twist, and again, twist and dive over and reach. You can give a little extra stretch right there, which is really yummy and nice. Come up in the twist and other way, last time, and dive over and reach. So again, the abdominals are still pulling in and up here. Okay, come back to center. Lower the arms, bring the legs together, swing your legs back behind you, and come onto your belly for swan. The legs are open slightly, so inner hip distance apart. The hands are right below the shoulders. We have length through the back of the neck, and the abdominals are lifted up off the mat. So you want to imagine maybe a little flame or a little tack underneath the belly button that you don't want to get burned or you don't want to get poked. So you keep lifting the belly up. There's a little tuck in the tailbone here. So the shoulders glide down the back, press into the mat. Inhale and lift the chest off the mat here. So the elbows are hugged into the waist. We have length through the back of the neck. Exhale and lower back down. So in general, we'll inhale on extension and we'll exhale on flexion. So as she comes up, there's a nice big inhale that helps get more length in the spine. One more time. Let's inhale to lift. So she has length through the top of her head as she lifts the chest up. We have wide collarbones here. Beautiful. Ah. And then lower all the way back down. Okay, so moving on to single leg kicks. Come onto your elbows. Make fists with your hands and the knuckles come together. Okay, so here the legs should come as close together as they can. So inner thighs touching, toes touching. If your client has bad knees, we leave this out. If there's just a little something that they feel, a little pull in the knee, then we'll open the legs slightly. The last choice would be to just leave the legs out and work on the opening and the lifting through the upper body. So we try to keep the same lift as we did in Swan. Collarbones wide, long abdominals. The arms press into the mat, and she's going to think about dragging herself forward. So she has a nice Sphinx type position here in the body. Okay, so inner thighs hug together. Let's kick the right heel towards the bottom 2 times. Kick, and the leg stretches out. And again, kick, kick. and stretch. Now keep your legs moving, Ashley. When the leg lowers down to the mat, as you see, it doesn't just plop down. She's got a long lengthening as she lowers it. So kick, kick, and lengthen to lower, and lengthen. The upper body is still working, so we're working through the front of the body, long through the abdominals. We have natural breathing here. One more each leg. Good. And then push yourself back to a rest position. So we've just done all of this extension. We want to reverse that and get a little stretch. Okay, come forward. Turn onto your side. Perfect. For the leg series.